every day is different right now. One day we hate each other. The next day we can be like best friends and fine like we are today.
So marriage.
It's kind of like up and down. I just think that like we really needed our space.
In honor of our 10th anniversary of Beverly Hills MD, our skincare line, we are celebrating by welcoming back two very special guests, previously on Vanderpump Rules and now on their own TV reality show called The Valley. And please welcome Jax Taylor and Brittany Cartwright.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
Listen, it's so good to see you guys. And honestly, it was so much fun in New York last week with Andy Cohen's Watch What Happens Live. And I was just talking about it before the show. I'm really impressed by the way you keep your cool because I know the show design. And Andy Cohen loves digging.
Especially at me.
Oh my
He loves
gosh,
to beat me up.
Yeah,
He does. He gets a rise out of it.
Tom took a hit too.
You know, I usually get pretty, I usually just take it when I'm on that show, but I thought, I was going to get beat up pretty bad, but Tom was kind of my buffer because he's gone through it this time, so I didn't get it as bad this time. It was actually probably the lightest I've ever had it in the 10 years I've been on that show, so. Wow. But still, it's, he comes after me.
I came out afterwards and I told both of you, I was like, my God, kudos to you guys. You were true gentlemen in there because I would have lost it about 5 minutes in, but you didn't flinch.
You just kind of just take it.
You got to own up to the stuff that you put out there.
Yeah. Well, listen, he said, Jack said right off the bat, he was like, look, it's what I signed up for. These are the events that happen, and this is what you get.
This is what you get. Yeah.
Listen. Congratulations, by the way, on the second season was just green-lighted for The Valley.
Yeah.
So we had talked years ago, I think, about show concepts. I was just curious, was this your concept or was the villain show your concept? I think
The House of Villains?
Yes.
That was another show. I didn't create that show. No, I was asked to be a part of that show.
Yes.
The Valley. Yes, that was my idea.
Listen, for those of you who don't know, I mean, obviously, Vanderpump Rules had how many seasons?
I think they're on 11 right now.
How
many seasons were you on?
Jax was on for 8, and I was on for 5.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, to have a show run like that,
Yeah.
Obviously, it has to be worth watching because, people just love that type of drama, that type of action, that type of, everybody's fascinated about the lifestyle here in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Listen, as Midwestern boys, everybody back in the Midwest is like, for sure we're watching this.
Which is awesome.
It's so great.
It is. And just during COVID, we just had this idea, my manager and Brittany was part of it as well. I was ready to come back to TV. We took a little bit of a break, and I thought, if I'm going to do this, I want to do this, something that I can bring to light, like postpartum depression, mental health, having kids, trying to have kids, marriage, separation, divorce, like a little bit of everything, and I wanted to bring something that people can relate to.
Well, also, we picked such a good cast because we were able to pick our friends that we wanted to be on the show, and I think the reason that it does so good is because we are all real friends.
Yeah.
And also because every single couple really brought real true things.
Different dynamic
to
it.
And
everybody's got their own story.
Which was, I feel like somebody out there can relate to every single couple on the show.
Definitely. I just thought it was such a clever idea because 10 years ago, doing some of the things that, it was just a different lifestyle.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But now with, marriage and kids, and I thought The Valley is so perfect. As my wife and I are about to move to The Valley for those reasons, it's so interesting. It's just a great concept to a show. It keeps the intense type of situations, but on a more mature level.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I just think it's such a clever thing.
Thanks. It's like we grew up on TV, kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
We tried.
Yes.
We haven't really grown up that much. A little bit.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, a little bit.
Well,
but I'm really proud of the show, though.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of it, and we worked so hard. This was 2 years in the making. It took 2 years to come up with the show and to deal with it and put it together. And when it got greenlit, we were just so excited, and it's just an absolute blessing.
And who knows? Maybe we'll have 11 seasons.
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah. Listen. Well, I think with your track record, it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
So
and so much goes on with our group. More goes on when we don't film than when we do film. Believe it or not. So they get really worried about when we're hanging out together and we're not filming. So that's
so funny.
And it's so organic.
We need that on camera.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and everything is really, like I said, real and organic. We don't bring in people. It's all truly our friends.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Obviously, coming to light with this new show, you guys have announced a separation. I mean, for anybody out there who is married and has kids, that alone is tough enough. And then adding the entertainment industry to that just makes it, that much harder. The media says a million different things. You guys are both in a different place right now than you were 10 years ago.
Right.
Kind of describe, to the extent that is, that you feel comfortable. Where are you guys at now? What is the theme? Because a lot of the listeners and viewers want to know. I mean, you're the sweetheart that everybody's kind of watching, and you play this villain in several shows and things like that, but that's not really you. I mean, all of us have elements of both sides of these things. I guess what I should say is, do you think that this separation has strengthened your role as a parent, an adult, making longer lasting decisions? Or where are you currently?
It's like every day is different right now. One day we hate each other. The next day we can be like best friends and fine like we are today.
So marriage.
It's kind of like up and down. I just think that like we really needed our space because we live together, play together, work together, have podcasts together, film shows together, like literally together 24/7. And like, that's great, but we were just fighting all the time. And it just seemed like we just really needed our space. Yeah. And right now, we don't really know what's going to happen in the future. We don't really...
It's hard. Being a parent, like doing that's the hard part, like going back and forth and trying to figure out, the most important thing is Cruz and making sure that he has a stable in life and he's, taken care of and making sure, he just grows up in a loving household. And that's the most important thing. And he's the best kid in the world. And we just want to make everything just a smooth transition. We don't really know what's going to happen. Like I said, as of today, we don't really know. But right now, this is just the best thing for us.
Yeah,
I think it's interesting that both your reactions is the most important thing is Cruz.
Right. Oh, for sure.
So, do you think this new perspective is reflected in the show?
I think that it gets after we stopped filming is whenever I decided to separate. So like we do pick up cameras later on, but only show for like 2 days of what was going on, just because there had been like 6 months in between when we filmed and whenever all the news came out that we had separated. So like they felt like they had to pick cameras back up because it wouldn't make any sense for the show.
Yep.
So I think that you'll definitely see, especially with these next couple episodes that are coming out. The end one's probably going to be really rough for us.
Yeah.
The finale. But I'm sure it'll be good TV.
It's not like the old days, when your dad went to work from 9 to 5. And I didn't see my dad until the weekends usually. My dad didn't come home till like 8 o'clock. It was a different generation. Now people are working from home. So now you're with your significant other all the time.
Well, our job's also very different than most.
Of course.
But I'm just saying, like there's people that go to work. Like, I'm sure you go to work every day, right? You get to leave and there's some kind of, you miss your significant other. Well, we're together all the time. I don't care if it's your brother, your sister, your mom. If you're together with somebody that much, you're going to start to get on each other's nerves a little bit.
Definitely. I mean, that's just human nature.
It is. So we just got to figure out how we're going to handle this if we're going to move forward. We have a lot to figure out.
Yeah, listen,
we've been kind of sweeping a lot of this under the rug right now just because we don't really want to deal with it, but we have to deal with it.
I know, but I don't know that it's necessarily a bad thing to do. I mean, ultimately, until you come to a realization of what's necessary and what's not, and how to make things happen. I mean, sometimes it's not sweeping under the rug. It's trying to sit back, reevaluate, look at it from a 30,000-foot view, and then get back into it. Because, again, you're in it constantly. Yeah. It's right in front of your face all day long. Making a transition. You both look great. I mean, the idea is, so despite all the stress and travel and, stress.
There's a lot of stress.
Kind of tell me, not just your skincare routine, we'll get to that, but what do you do to decompress, unwind, maintain, and look as good as you do?
I go see you.
Yeah, we come see you with Dr. Daniel Porter. I think you guys got me on that M-Face, which I love.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Listen, some of the newer technologies are great.
Really cool.
For what we do, obviously, skincare is important. We're on TV, you know, so I use your products. I've been using your products since I've met you for the last 10 years. My skin regimen hasn't changed in 10 years, and I'm not afraid to talk about. I do get Botox. I don't care. Well, some people don't like to talk about it, but it's like, yes, I do get it. I like it. It makes me feel better. I feel more confident. I don't really care what anybody says. Yeah. I like it. It's been working. I get so many compliments. My
both
skincare
of
routine.
your skin looks amazing for your age.
I've been traveling a lot, and I've been kind of going out a little bit lately.
He's 10 years older than me.
But trust me on this, and I know.
But for the most part, I get up and I use your stuff every morning and every night. And like I said, a couple times a year, I'll come and see you and get a little Botox. But yeah, it's been the same, and I haven't. I'm going to be 45 this year, so God, 45.
Trust me, I'm just about to turn 50, so I feel you.
You look the same as I did when you did it.
Yeah, you look exactly the same.
I do not feel it, but thank you.
This is why we want to use all your products. They obviously work.
It's like I said, we're on TV, so obviously skincare is very, very important to us, and looking good and feeling good is important to us. And like I said, we've used your products for 10 years, and stuff's been great. And,
it's so funny. We've had these discussions before, and I remember one of your favorites was the Rejuve GH, because those little pearls and stuff like that. Do you have any new favorites, or what's your routine? I can't imagine mask. You're doing.
I do. I put like a thing on my head, and I'll do the night mask.
I like the mask.
The night one too. Yeah, and then I do the spray. I love the sprays. I constantly put sprays on all day long. I like my skin looking a little.
Yeah. He loves those sprays.
I love the sprays. I'm obsessed with toners and sprays. I'll have one in the car, one in the refrigerator, one next to the bed. I got one everywhere.
Love it.
On the plane, we use it. It's important to use it on the plane, I think, because you dehydrate.
We like to travel with it for sure.
So
I love it. What about you, Brittany?
Same. I do remember those pearls. Those were great. But I like the masks as well. Sometimes I'll have it on my side of the bed, and then he'll take it and steal it and put it on his side of the bed. I really like the body polish. I think that's what I love that.
Man, that total retinol body oil. Yes. It's honestly, so the same thing happens. I bring it home, and Kendall will. It'll slowly move over to her side.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll just.
Those are definitely some of my favorites.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
And this one here, I use this one a lot, and then the deep wrinkle, and then the under eye cream, and then the night one. As you get older, you need the under eye cream.
Yeah, man. I'm looking at you, and for 45, there are no under eye wrinkles whatsoever. That's not fair.
Yet. Again, mind you, this has been the last month. I've been on the go. I haven't stopped. I mean, I've literally been on the go with traveling and stuff like this.
Yeah, you told me from New York to go out. Before you were where? Boston?
I was in Boston.
We were in DC.
We went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that was crazy.
We just haven't been on the go, and like when you're on the go, obviously, your skin takes a beating. You're not home, you're not resting. Especially not me lately. I was just talking about this the other day. I'm like, I can't wait I just want to stay home all week. I can't wait just to take a week off. But not only just for not to be out, but like give your skin like recovery. You know?
And besides skincare, do you listen? There are people at this new fad I just can't get into. I've done it once. Is the cold plunge, and
I can't get into it.
Some people are doing the saunas that are 180 degrees. Some people are doing these stress baths where you go back and forth, and both of them
gimmicks.
All of these different things, and there are some data that show that improves longevity and things like that. But is there anything else you guys do? I mean, when you unwind, what do you do?
Well, I'm trying to get more consistent in the gym. Running is really good for me. It's like so good for my mental health too. I realize the more I'm in the gym and getting back into the routine of things, I feel so much better about everything. Yeah. I feel like I look better and I just feel better,
Yeah, I work out too. I go to this thing called Training Mate, which is I go like 3 or 4 times a week, and not just for working out and being healthy, but I like consistency. I like being on a routine. Yep. I love having a routine. I like being on a schedule, and like with me. Working out. It's just like I said, being on TV is you got to work out. You got to,
Yeah, you got to maintain.
You got to do all this stuff. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've also been in it together where we both like would slum off and like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like a wave sometimes, especially for me after having cruise. Like my body's been like up and down, up and down, up and down.
Especially with filming too, the hours are long, and you know there's some days where
you can't really schedule.
You can't schedule things
when you're filming.
So you kind of have to get ready before, like, okay, if say we're gonna go film, we'll film in the middle of July. You have to like really prep.
And be in the best shape of your life by the time you get in.
Exactly. And then by the time you tear off, you're kind of on the worst shape of your life because
then craft services steps in.
Yes,
and they're like,
yes. That's exactly right, because they come in and like there's food everywhere, and like you said, some days you're working 12-hour shifts, like, you know, and you're working filming all day. You don't have time to go to the gym. You're not eating right. You're not taking care of yourself, and there's always things going on. Like you're in the sun, or you're going to Vegas, or whatever. You're just you're taking a toll on your body. Your body takes a beating, and then by the time we also were parents too. Yeah. So it doesn't stop when we're done filming.
Of course, it's not like you get home and you can just unwind.
Those days are over.
Yeah.
So
you had mentioned post-pregnancy that you've been struggling. What are besides running? What are some of the things that work for you? I know that you are still with Jenny Craig.
Yes. Yeah, I'm still with Jenny Craig. Whenever I first started with them, I did amazing. I lost 45 pounds, and it was absolutely incredible. They ended up closing down, and then they got bought back out, so we just like reopened it and restarted. So I'm still working with them, and I'm still like their ambassador.
Love that.
But like Jenny Craig's really worked amazing for me.
I read that they had closed, but what they did is they rebranded themselves because it wasn't necessarily the calories anymore. It was more now the quality of the food.
Yeah, and they're really good at teaching you how to do like portion control, and intermittent fasting is a big part of it, which works really well for me.
Love it.
But yeah, they're such a great company for me. They've been amazing. So it's been great.
Food.
He'll eat.
I don't do it the right way though. I'll eat like 6 of them in one day.
I'm like, you can't do that.
It's like it defeats the whole purpose.
Portion control.
They give you one little bit. It's this tiny. I'm like, that's
okay, but for a woman especially,
exactly.
It's like, you're
some of them are pretty good
more
though.
than I do.
Yeah, it's a little different.
They are good.
Yeah,
They are
good.
So when you're getting ready to film again?
Yeah, I don't have an exact date, but I'm guessing somewhere in July. Probably right after my birthday. So actually right after 4th of July.
Right after 4th of July weekend,
July is when we kind of go back, which is right in the middle.
So right now is like diet
the time.
Yeah, exactly. It's crunch time.
It's crunch time right now. So yeah, making sure everything's like things are done. You have to prep. It's like meal prep. You have to just get ready to film, because once you start, it's just you're on.
Yep.
You know, so.
Well, listen,
we'll be coming to see you guys.
Yeah, listen.
We'll probably be filming with you.
Come visit us. It's always fun. Speaking of which, there's a segue into this. There are two. I need to redeem myself for two different things. Now, Brittany, when we had done the submental or neck lipo, right? And afterwards, you had a severe palsy. Now, I for all those people who are like, what the hell is wrong with her face? Why is she talking like that? Why is she blocking and doing all these things? Listen, I will tell you that the more surgery you perform, the more you will run into some of these issues. There are two important nerves that run along the jawline, and I was trying to be as aggressive as I could.
Yeah.
And ultimately dinged up both of them. Now, they recur, but for all of those people who are considering neck liposuction, it is one of the potential pitfalls.
And you did warn me before that it could be a possibility. I was well aware, but we both were hopeful.
Yes.
I was going to be healed in time to film.
And filming started earlier or
something?
It
did start earlier.
It started earlier, so we didn't have the time going through.
I forgot that it started earlier than it was supposed to. That's true. It did start like a week or two before.
But you were aware of that was a potential thing.
I was aware for sure.
Just kind of like,
I wanted it done so bad, and now I love it. Like it really worked for me. Like amazing.
I was like,
but now
you've got to be kidding.
You suggested we're going to be on a TV show.
Yeah.
But now I have a whole freaking season that I'm always going to look like that. Or am I like I'm like frowning?
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it.
Were you like drooling too?
Yeah, it was like I had to like put my finger here.
The bottom lip, the motility of the bottom lip. Again, and when you talk, you're kind of holding it in more.
Yeah, it kept going over my teeth, and I was like,
yeah. So
back to normal now. Back to normal.
Yeah, Andy definitely got me on that one.
Oh, what did he say? I couldn't hear because I was in the bar. What did he say about it?
Oh, it was. I think over one of the last shows, afterwards he had polled the audience, like, would you go to these plastic surgeons? And they were like, 90% was like, no.
Oh,
and so I was like, look, there are...
They don't know the truth.
They don't know the truth. They get tidbits of information,
yes,
and then they just slam.
Of course. Listen, I get that. And the other one was... Andy had mentioned, he's like, oh, well, Jax has 4 nose jobs. First of all, you did not have 4 nose jobs.
I did not. I know. I feel like every season 1 got added. And
yes.
It was probably my fault. And let this be known. And the reason I had more than 1 is because I didn't listen to you. I didn't pay attention. And
we did walk into a plate glass window a month afterwards.
I did. I walked into a...
and I'm sure he drank right away.
I drank right away. And you headbutted me one of the times. So...
Yes, there were 2 rhinoplasties.
That walking into that plate glass window, that was, oh my God, that was the worst.
I remember you were leaving for a flight.
For Miami the next day.
And you ran straight in. And then when I saw you, it was this split
or
something.
It was like a clear, what happened was I was shopping and I was at a place called Juice
And they
Star.
were like, let's go.
And I'm like, oh gosh, I'm getting a ticket. I saw myself getting a ticket, my car getting a ticket. And I ran, I go, I'll be right back. And I walked and just bam, right into the glass. And I was just like,
it was 1 month after.
1 month after.
I went back and looked at the operative reports because I started second guessing myself. I'm like, wait, did he have 4 nose jobs?
I don't know. I think just we made fun of it all.
Yeah. Listen.
Yeah. So for the record, there was 2.
There were 2. Obviously, we're looking at another 10, 11 seasons of The Valley. What other projects do you have going on currently? So, Brittany, you go first. If you had to list all the things, what I find so amazing about some of these shows is how people segue into other avenues, which I think is truly remarkable. So, give me the rundown. What's happening now?
You have to use these shows. That's what they are. You use these shows to build. It gives you a platform, and you got to do something with it. You got to realize TV uses you. You got to use it right back.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, we have our podcast, When Reality Hits. Comes out every Thursday.
Which, by the way, it's at number 10 right now. It's back up to number 10. Yeah,
nice word.
Yeah.
It's doing really, really
okay,
well.
so for all the viewers and listeners out there, remember, you got to check this podcast out.
Yes, thank you.
When Reality
Hits. Yeah. Every Thursday it comes out. I'm still the ambassador for Jenny Craig. I've got a bunch of different social media projects and different things I'm working on. I got the cover of LA Travel, so I'm going to have a big photo shoot on Thursday, tomorrow.
Congrats.
Yeah. I could go on and on. It's just like being a mom full time, taking Chris all of his stuff. There's a lot going on, but a lot of stuff that I'm working on. I do a lot of social media deals and different things like that. I like to be partners with different brands and stuff. So
amazing.
Hopefully, I'll get something soon that's like interior design, home type. I want to start some kind of line or product with that.
Awesome.
So that's coming next.
And what about you? I know this
kind of the same thing. We do the podcast together.
Yep.
We do that once a week. We have our bar. Jax is in Studio City, and we're about to start expanding with that. We're going to go to Nashville.
Give me the address just for all those listening.
On Ventura Boulevard, off of Whitsett, corner of Whitsett and what's the other street? It's 125. I don't know what.
Listen, that's fine.
It's on Ventura. It's on the corner.
You can look up Jax's bar.
Jax's Studio City.
It's
right Ventura and Whitsett. It's right on the corner there.
Ventura and Whitsett. Awesome.
The bar, which takes up a lot of time. Obviously, being a dad takes up a lot of time. Still in the process of doing this children's book, which is taking forever.
What else?
We're traveling a lot. We're doing a lot of appearances. Things.
I got a lot of appearances coming up at least.
And then we start filming in July, so we've only got 1 more month.
Wait, let's go back to this children's book.
I've been working on this children's book I wanted to do. Everybody's done a book. Everyone does these books, right? So I thought I wanted to do a children's book I lost my father, and I wanted to do a book to kids who've lost a parent, and that's I've been working on it for back and forth. I've just been really busy and kind of just lazy with it, going back and forth with the illustrations because I don't like the way some of the illustrations were going. But for the most part, it's all done. It's just got to put it together.
That's amazing.
But it's the book you read to your kid who's lost a parent, and it's just something that's important to me.
Or grandparent.
This is an amazing concept. I feel like, I don't know if we've talked about this, but I wrote a children's book, and then I have 2 more coming. One is How to Be a Gentleman and How to Be a Lady.
Aww.
And I'm kind of going back old school on some of these things, but I love the concept of that because it's such a difficult topic.
It is. It's very hard.
And how does a child understand that? So honestly, it's an amazing concept.
I have, my kid. I want to explain to him who his grandfather was, right? So it's just basically stuff like that. Like I said, it hits home. Like I said, everybody does a book, and I wanted to do something just a little bit different. So I've been working on that for a long time. But like I said, with the bar, and then I just got done. I was doing House of Villains, and then I was going back and forth with Vanderpump Rules and doing the Valley, and like I said, appearances take up a lot of time. What else is going on?
I feel like that's a lot already.
Yeah, I was going to say,
being a dad.
Was there ever
going through a separation?
That's always
tough.
That's always a stressor.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time? I thought we had a discussion. Was there ever a time when the series itself, Vanderpump Rules, was going to be made into a movie?
They're still talking about that. That's the idea. We're still pitching that idea around because it's a genius idea. It just needs to happen, and it's just one of those things that every time we start going into it, something else happens.
Yeah,
like something else gets picked up, or we're into this, and it's back on the back burner. But yes, that's definitely being talked about still.
That's awesome. I feel like it's like a
and I cannot wait to be. Yes, I want to be part of that. I want to be behind the scenes. I want to be able to pick who's going to play.
I was going to say who's playing you. That's what I like. Do you have an idea already?
Jeez.
I don't know.
I don't know who would play me.
Mine would have to be somebody country.
Oh yeah, of course.
I don't know who though.
Gosh, I just got done.
It needs to be the guy from Black Sails. I've been watching this pirate show, Black Sails, and I swear one of the pirates looks just like you. I don't know his real name.
I like this actor, and I can't think of his name, but I just got done watching the movie Priscilla, and the guy who plays Elvis in that. I really like him as an actor. He was also in Euphoria. Yep. And he's a really good actor, and I think that's who I'd want to play me. But I mean, I would love this idea to happen, and they're pumped about it. I just don't know why it keeps being put on the back burner. But
there's a lot of things on the.
There's a lot of things.
Now.
Yeah. I think eventually it's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on the back burner. It's just on a burner.
Well, imagine if like 10, 20 years from now it came out. Like that would be cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen now because Vanderpump Rules has kind of been put on pause for a while. So I don't know if they're going to go back into that. I don't know. Who knows?
So Vanderpump Rules, we get a little older, go to the Valley.
Yeah.
What happens when we're
Well, because we're not Vanderpump Rules anymore, but we're not a housewife yet. We're kind of in the middle there.
I was gonna say, what happens?
We're like on the cusp.
Are we going into Housewives?
No.
No.
But I think the Valley could be like however long it goes. I don't think there has to be like a next step. I think Vanderpump Rules was just because we were still in the restaurants that it felt like there had to be a next step because now we're parents and stuff.
I definitely people ask me all the time, would you go back to Vanderpump Rules or would you do that? And I was very fortunate I got to dabble into that again, but I think I graduated from that. I don't really see myself in that situations anymore. I really love that we've graduated to the Valley. I think it says a lot about who we are and what we do.
But even the people on Vanderpump don't even work at the restaurants anymore anyway. So it's really just like our friends are just having fun, which we would be doing anyway. So we could go back and forth on either one for real.
Yeah.
Do you ever think back? I want to take each of your takes on the very first episode of Vanderpump Rules.
I don't know if I've ever seen the very first episode.
It was torture right off the get-go.
We watched it because we did a recap on it, didn't we?
We did, and it was like out the gate. It was just raw.
Stassi
and I were at each other's throats right off the get-go. I think it was during Pride in West Hollywood. We were on the floats and. Stassi and I were literally breaking up that week before the show even started. We technically weren't even on dating on the show because we broke up that week. It was messy. It was chaotic. Nobody knew really what was going on. We were all given this show. I was literally on my way out. Like I was moving back to Florida. Like this show happened, and I was like, I had my car packed up, ready to go back, and then this show got picked up, and then now here we are. But out the gates, it was chaos. It was just chaos, and it was just like. None of us really knew what was going on. All of us were just kind of living in apartments or whatever. It was just crazy. We're all working at restaurants. We're all working at the same restaurant. Just going out every night. It was chaotic. It was chaotic. Yeah. But it was fun chaos.
Yeah. Now, it's easy to say, but looking back, you can't have ever imagined that it was going to become what it has. Same thing now for the Valley?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think there's a lot there. There's a lot going on right now.
Now you know the game.
Yes.
You know the industry. You see the potential.
And
I feel like it's such a clever concept.
It's doing so well. Like, we were the top-rated new show on Bravo for over 10 years.
Yeah.
So, it's doing really well. We had Rihanna talking about the Valley on the red carpet. Like, really cool things.
No way.
It's like, it's getting a lot of it's getting a lot of attention, and we're so thankful for that.
The White House, and people knew who we were. Like just people we were the most powerful people in our country. We were in a room with the most powerful people in our country, and I was looking at Brittany. I'm like, do you realize who's in this room right now? Like, and they knew who we were. People were coming up to us. I was like, wow, this is just an honor. I mean, we're just a reality show, but it was amazing. And like I said, I'm so proud of the cast that we have too, because a lot of them have never been on reality TV before, so I wasn't really sure how this was going to play out, but they did a great job.
So good. Everybody's like poured out so much of their lives, and that's what you have to do to make a good show.
Yeah.
Are you still the villain? Yeah, listen, not because of what's currently happening. Does the show still depict you as the villain, or has someone else taken over?
I mean, Jesse kind of looks a little bit more villainy right now, but I think that they both have their alpha male moments.
Yeah, that was well put.
Yeah.
I think I'll always have that like she said, that villainous in me, and I think the network will always try to make me a little,
But also, Jax loves it. He loves the drama. Like a lot of the season, towards the end, it is going to be a lot more focused on drama between Jax and I. But I think he wasn't so involved with every single ounce of drama this season, and you could tell even in his interview bites, he's like, I'm normally right in the middle of the drama. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. There was
moments where like she said, I usually admit it, and even if I'm not involved, I will involve myself.
And
there was just times where I would just sit there. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm usually involved in this, or I'm usually saying something. So
it might be a welcome break at some. You're like, you know what?
I don't think he can stand not being involved.
And we really get into mental health too, and mental health and postpartum, and those are really big topics right now. And I'm struggling with it right now. I'm really really busy right now, so I don't really have time. It's when I sit and I'm by myself. That's when it starts to get
you're idle.
I'm looking into seeking some treatment, but it's taking a toll on me a lot more lately. My anxiety, my stress, just the way I talk to people, the way I deliver things, and even not only to Brittany, to my friends, my family. I've just lost it. I've literally lost it, and I've lost a lot. And right now I'm masking it because I'm so busy, so I'm not really paying much attention to it. And I'm like, I'll get to it later. But it's a really big problem for me right now.
I'm here to help you do all that.
I'm struggling really, really hard right now with mental health.
Listen, I think I appreciate, and I know the viewers and listeners appreciate the raw honesty. I mean, people will say, oh, well, you signed up for it and this is what you get. But at the same time, I don't know that you ever figured it was going to be what it became to where it is today.
Well, I don't mean to cut you off. It's not just the show. It's just life in general. Sure. Raising a child, making sure we have our finances are in order. I'm constantly worrying about things. Constantly. I cannot relax. I can't sit still. I can't live in the moment. I can't be happy. I can't be happy for the life of me. I have everything. I have a beautiful wife. I got a beautiful child. I got money in the bank. I got a gorgeous home, and I still can't be happy. I'm like, what is wrong with me? So it's tough. It's tough for me.
That's why we got to take the steps.
I would give a lot of money right now just to turn my brain off and be happy. I would literally pay anything. There's times where I'm just there's times I just want to give up. I just want to give up. It's tough. It really is.
Well, listen.
I mean, the show, I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off. But
no.
I'm not on a rant with this, but no, the show, it does affect my mental health because there's comments and you hear people and you want to make sure you're doing the right thing.
It's more the social media aspect than it is the show. The trolls.
That adds to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
people are so mean to me, and I'm like, I'm so nice to everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
What did I do?
And then being a father too. Am I doing the right steps? Am I giving my son enough attention? Is he going to the right school? Is he where he's supposed to be for his age group? Am I going to be able to pay my mortgage for the next 5 years, or what's going to happen? It's just constantly every day. It's something else. It's just something that's just on top, and it's just. The world is just a crazy place.
Yeah. Listen, I'm definitely praying for you. I know, especially when the kids were really little, Kendall and I would go to sleep probably 3 days a week wanting to cry because of something that we did or didn't do or how you handled the situation. And you're like, oh my God, I'm going to ruin them for the rest of their lives.
Right.
Yeah, mom guilt is a real thing.
And they grow up and they're just fine. Again, but it doesn't mean you're going to stop doing that.
Right.
And so
my mom still worries about me all the time, and I'm 35. I'm like, chill, I'm 35. She's like, you're always going to worry no matter how old you are.
Always do that.
Yeah.
And it's just, listen, thank God you have a mom like
that.
For
sure. I'm so lucky.
listen, I know how busy you are, and I can feel the stress levels just based off of everything that's happening and what you're involved in, and you're probably going to be whisked away to another appearance or something like that. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time to come by here.
Oh no, of
well,
course.
we appreciate you. You've done so much for us.
You've done so much for us, and you've been in our lives for a very, very long time, since the beginning. So, we really appreciate you. We really do.
Thank you, bro.
Anytime.
If you like this video, you're gonna love this one.
If I come to you to have work done, I'm going to trust you. I picked you. I'm going to trust that you're going to put the right amount of filler in, or you're going to pull my nose up just the right amount. But if it's not like that, you can't blame the patient. Because even if I ask you to put more filler in my lips, you're going to be like, okay, that's enough.